Huh?
Ah, yes. The old alma mater. As a former student myself, I'm well acquainted with the many secrets this institution holds. I'm stuck! The greatest evil scientist in the world! Stuck in a pipe. How could things get any worse?
Daily? I don't know about daily. At least not from me. Ah. Can I? Hey! Let's fucking go. Don't you feel the pain, the sorrow? I am listening to music, so I may sing a little bit. Huh. I did not get... Play the game on 360, but your dead zones are completely fucked. What controller are you using? Oh, whoops. Thanks for the good luck. The 360 does have some fucked dead zone checking. So I wouldn't be surprised if it were the console and not entirely the controller. But if you're using a 360 controller, 360 controllers are kind of fucked with their dead zones. You don't really notice that if you're like you don't really notice that if your main controller is the you don't notice it if your main controller is a 360 controller. Thanks for the good luck. Oh yeah, if it's an off-brand, it is going to have fucked dead zones. That's just like, that's just a given. Oh. Why do I have input delay? You're set to fucking triple buffer, aren't you? Only has like 8 directions. Probably not exactly that, but what direction do I need to hold for this? Seems to be completely fine on every other game besides Twins. Well, it depends on several factors, because like oh, cool.
Oh.
For no brand? That's why. It's probably because it's a no brand. So a lot of like games are somewhat made to deal with those, and you can't notice it as much. But if you have you'll notice a couple of things. Like, for example, the controller I'm actually using right now is very bad for specific games, but it's not bad for Twins. It has like a perfect, this controller actually has a perfectly round stick, which is pretty much what I want for Twins. I can tell you it is absolutely horrible for Halo. So I need to break it in a little bit. But it should be really good for Twins once I get used to it. Also, I can't really hear the game. I'm listening to music. So let's see how this works, because I usually go by sound for a lot of things. Like that, for example, I don't know the exact time I'm supposed to go because I'm not listening to the game. But yeah, it could also be a combination. I like some of the diagonals that it gives me, and I am actually pulling these off particularly well. Which is something I generally do not pull off very well, on my series controller. Welcome back, I guess. Ah! Damn it. Come on. Yes. There we go. That's how you're supposed to do it. Ah, too early. I almost did not make that. Why am I speedrunning? What do you mean by that question? Like, why am I speedrunning right now? Or what? Passing of the light. Turn to stone. Oof. Ah. I mean, dead zones are not great. They're way better than off-brands. Submarine controller was it? What's a submarine controller? Ah, fuck. I could do this, I guess. For fun, yeah, pretty much. I mean, it's a hobby I'm pretty good at it, too. Not just that. And I do like, community stuff. Oh, fuck. You don't speedrun for almost 15 years just because you're good at it. Oh, gone dry. There's no way for a miracle. I didn't make it. Can't. Yeah. Logitech. Alright, what kind of dumb shit are we looking at? I mean, I am good at speedrunning, but that's not the only reason I speedrun. That's much better. There we go. That's how it should be done. Just forever. Asshole. There we go. Keep choosing. Lines like that. There we go. Yeah, the easiest way to answer your question is, yeah, I do it because it's still fun. When it stops becoming fun, I will stop doing it. A legend. Here we go. That was a little fucked, but all the smiling faces out in the sun. I don't know about that. Oh, best, yeah. The rewards? No. Honestly, if there were financial rewards for being good, they would ruin the hobby. Am I high? No, I'm singing. I'm listening to music. It's just that I don't have the music on because I don't want to get copyrighted. Rewards or bragging rights? Yeah, I suppose. Pushing times as low as it can go, yeah. That's also really fun. Trying to break limits, achieve new things. Some people look at it like, oh, look at me, I achieved this. I'm so good, and I'm just like, look at how far we've come. Like, I mean, look at how far Twinsanity has come. Oh shit. Been raided by Abdo. Thanks for the raid. Hopefully the Edge goes away soon. Come on. Gonna mean it. There we go. Can I slide jump that? I can indeed slide jump that. No edge. Let's go. Stonks. Thanks for the good luck. What the fuck? How do I get double raids? What is going on here? Thanks for the raid. It's 8-8. I just started streaming. You just raided me immediately after somebody else raided me with the exact same amount of viewers. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm currently breaking in a new controller I bought. I really like the diagonals on this thing. Eeny, meeny, and I won. Awesome. Hello, everybody. I'm G-Pro. I am a speedrunner. I am also currently listening to music, so if you hear me sing a little bit, it's okay. Currently I am trying to push the world record for this category down to sub 1030. But at the moment I am also breaking in a new controller, so there will be skill issue. There will be lots of skill issue. Bells been said, fill my mind, fill my head. I'm also doing, yeah, only pro in name. Like that. Very, yes, G-Pro Strim, H-E. Is that cave just more foggy on Xbox? That's a possibility, I'm not sure. History being made? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, I bought a, so the sticks in the controller are magnetized instead of, the standard axes. Can I make this? Oh, so that's how you make that. Cool. I've been wondering about that for a while now. But yes, I'm currently working on, beating my current world record. How old am I? 29. I'm working on currently trying to beat my record of 1037. Oh, that's... But there's a possibility to drop it to 1030, to sub 1030. I'm just kind of like I said, I'm working on a new controller. Yes, I have the record in every category for this game. 100%, 100% standard route if that counts, any percent, no dimension skip, and also all levels. What the fuck, Cortex? What? Huh? Is it even playing the sound? I don't know if it's playing the sound for this cutscene. Because sometimes when you activate that out of the normal parameters, it tends to fuck up. Just like the words that I've said. Yeah, the dialogue, for some reason it doesn't play if you do that. I just wasn't sure if it were from that side. I know the other side if you do it. Nice. Hey, Sustain, thanks for the good luck. I'll have to use sight instead of sound for the bat snipe, or that could just happen. I know the answer. I'll be rising again. Well, I didn't discover everything. Did I activate that checkpoint? I did not. People... BIOS update moment? Yeah. I didn't discover everything. Actually, this in particular, I did not have much, I used timing for that. Interesting. I actually did not have any, So this saves almost 2 seconds. I'm still trying to figure out how to get this consistent, but it could save up to 2 seconds. But it's really hard to do. It's called Cursed Warp. So basically what happens is that you grab the checkpoint down below, and then you go out of bounds, skipping the world checkpoint, and you use the bat to snipe it from another loading zone. This confuses the game into not knowing where to put Crash. Good night, Twinsy. This confuses the game to not basically knowing where to put Crash, and then basically you do something that, what does that even mean? It confuses the game into thinking that, Crash is supposed to spawn somewhere where he's not supposed to, and you hit a splash and then dodge the splash animation, which basically means that the game teleports you to the coordinates of the previous splash to put you into the loading zone, and then the next death that happens basically puts you here, skipping the entirety of the second, the entirety of the third hub world, and technically the second too. I need to turn up my volume, and I need to turn down the volume of the music. I can't do this without an audio cue. I need audio cue for this. So it's called the Cursed Splash because it combines Splash Teleport and Cursed Warp. Cursed Warp, of course, it is basically cursed. It is very fast and it is very consistent to do. But it is difficult to learn. This is Warp Skip. Basically, you just use Cortex's head to, as a stepping stone.
Victor and Moritz's stronghold of evil. This is where we wrong the rights and sweep the past under the rug.
What does that mean that I look like a Margot? Sometimes, but usually no. No. Ugh. Here we go. It's really all the same. Just a different name. This room in particular is cycle based, so I don't really need to go that fast here. So if I mess up, it's fine. What music am I listening to? I'm listening right now to the Last in Line album by Dio. I was listening to Magica before. Oh yeah. I like Dio. He's in a shitty spot. That could have been good, but I lost a little bit of time. My movement's not doing too well. That was the first frame. There we go. Yeah. Ah. Oh yeah, that's right, I did Cursed Warp. I'm gonna switch. Can I actually use this for my Xbox One controller? I wonder. I'm still getting used to... I don't want to... Honestly, I kind of don't want to play like ass. Basically. Mm-hmm. Where did I put it? Laughing. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh. I found it. Last in line. We're the last in line. I don't know how. I'm not gonna just shit out a run, am I? Yeah. I gotta move this up a little bit. Oh. Give me a couple minutes and I'll readjust. The cold inside the warm, where I laugh without a tear, where the far without the near, where the last in line. Grab the nut! Lucky you. Holy shit, the fucking audio delay is so bad. What the fuck? Dude. Come on. This is actually really distracting too. Hang on. Again? Damn it, fuck you. Stop your breathless, ready to burn, breathless. The circle still turns, breathless. You're willing to learn, you're breathless. Look inside your mind, things you find. It could be hollow rainbows. The current record, 1037 by me. It's just believe that the wind blows this way before. One step and you're and you're breathless, ready to burn, breath. The circle still turns. For now, I'm actually the only person that's gotten sub 11. At Sustain. I mean, I've had the record for like almost a year now, I think. Really hurt. Sometimes you scream alone. At night, darkness till the light is on. I hit it. Still turns. But I think I've like taken it down like somewhere in the realm of like 7 times since I got the record back from Dio. Back when the record was, I think, no one really heard. I didn't hit that. I mean, I can't hear the game. Just because I'm listening to music. Nah. That's not how you fucking do it. I mean, someone's gotta get... Someone else has to get the sub 11. I'm surprised. Let's see how Antagony is. Yeah. Never need a none. I'll turn off the music once I actually start doing runs, since I need to be able to hear the game to play. There's also a new strat that can save up to 2 seconds. Oh, Johnny was a dark child. He was promised to solve. When they call. Oof. Eventually, I will do a karaoke stream. The ways Johnny slipped away. Karaoke's very fun. At least that's what I found out when I was in Japan. Damn it. Ugh. I'm getting better at recognizing that pattern. Maybe I'll do it for like a follower celebration or something. Do you watch? Do you see? Do you know the people in me? The bite. The bark. I did karaoke a lot when I was in Japan. City. Okay. Awesome. Oh. Cool. You got to take damage to get up there? No. Well, I guess to do the ant strat, yeah. I believe there's another way to get up there, though. There's older strats. It's just that the other strats are slower. That damage strat was actually something I came up with. Supposed to jump before. Ugh. Okay, fuck. This is gonna be rough. I gotta do this early. Okay, I need to do a slide jump here. Nope. Night. Easier to... I don't think we allow that. Plus, it's better to play this game on Xbox. It's easier to play on Xbox. The PS2 version's not very good. Fuck! I hate it when that happens. I knew that was gonna happen. There we go. All of the city, the way the blacks preaching to the covers start. What is this? Ah, fuck you. I got a slide jump? Okay. That's weird. Also, when I say the game is better, yeah, usually the third-party games, Xbox is the best version. Usually. But... I don't mean that in, like, a casual sense. I mean this in a speedrunning sense. Like, it is much better that it's much better to play on Xbox. It's faster. It has, certain tricks are easier. Why did you drop, like, every input there? What the fuck, dude? I do think that the Xbox lighting is better. A lot of people disagree with me. But that is also an opinion. But in terms of speedrunning, this game is undoubtedly better on Xbox. Not on 360. Xbox. 360 kind of sucks. 360 has, like, terrible performance issues. Ah, okay. Like, if okay, yeah, basically just to kind of preface this, when I say something is better, I'm almost always referring to in a speedrunning sense rather than, like, a casual gamer's perspective. Considering the topics are mostly, like, speedrunning related. Oh, I didn't know I could single jump over that. Interesting. What it does to me, and I can tell you why. Now, when there's thunder, there should be rain. But don't always follow the rule, no. Very good, actually. Anthony is not in a shitty spot. We take those. I'm pretty ahead of the cycle right now. And I fucked it up. We are flame and we burn at the fuck you, fucking Anthony, piece of shit. That is the first time I've messed up that jump in a while. You need to go straight for it. But this jump in itself isn't that difficult as long as you don't turn. The color cycle starts as soon as you enter the room. The platform cycle starts beforehand. Or the purple platform cycle starts beforehand, so you kind of have to be a little bit, you have to be mindful of that. Ugh. Okay, good. Really ahead of the cycle. Easy. Easy, easy, easy. Watch me not jump. It was thinking about ball glitch. Fuck you. There we go. I can dodge you, motherfucker. I pushed myself in between. I want to make this easier. Fuck you. I have to long jump here. Long jump. As long as you're diagonal, you can actually do, you can do slides over these gaps. But it's not there. 'Tis of springtime to rise. Don't reach your heart out. Yeah, live your life. Yo, Vice City, what's up? Okay, I'm doing it wrong. I think. Okay. Practice one more thing. Go reach your heart out. Probably by using an emulator that is compatible with PS4. Damn it. No, it's not easy. Very hard. Why? Pretty much all of the tricks are very difficult and precise to pull off. I'm gonna reset to this a lot. I can tell. What happens if you don't spin the bat? You die and you spawn to the previous checkpoint. Thanks for the good luck wish. So hard. I don't know the answer to that question. That's what I want to do. It loses a little bit of time to do it that way, but it's consistent or more consistent. I could do it that way, yeah. Should be fine. Right now, in this run, the difficult part is just fucking doing that. Not consistent at it yet. Game crashed. Let's see how runs go with that. I don't know. Maybe runs will be fine with it. When I'm actually doing runs, might be a little different. Konnichiwa. 普通に言ってるじゃん。Not do the thing where you load in and spin crash around and stuff. Why is my Xbox in PAL? The reason is because in 50 Hertz, crash does not have what is called slide glitch. So I can control my sliding better. And also, in order to hit the splash teleport, the trick is tied to the physics, which is tied to the frame rate. So if I were to play in 60 Hertz, it would not be good. I am playing on the NTSC version, though. NTSC version is region-free, so you could play the NTSC version on a PAL Xbox, and it's perfectly fine. You can do this run in the European version, but you lose, like, 30 seconds if you're playing on 100%, using the current route that we use. Oh, the spin crash thing? Yeah, that's a PS2 thing. And it's not most of the time that it works properly. It's only some of the time. A lot of it is placebo. Not necessarily like, it's not that it doesn't do anything. It does do something, but it doesn't make it work properly. From my experience, it only helped like 20% of the time, and rest was placebo. Because of the way that the game kind of corrupts some of the files, and it usually corrupts stick angles. On Xbox, you don't really need to do it, because it doesn't really... the corruption does not happen in the same way. There are corruptions on Xbox. Is the slide to boat new? It's not new. It's a new addition for me, but it's not new. It does save a little bit of time, though. Scythe bothered me about it, and I was like, no, it doesn't work, and then he's like, yeah, it does, and I'm like, okay, let me test it, and I'm like, oh, I'm stupid. It is a bit annoying, though. It saves a little bit of time, between like 0.2 and 0.5 seconds. It's difficult to pull off, because, if you're too close to the boat, crash touches it, and then the trigger to the loading zone does not go off. But if you're too far away, you die. Instead of the trick that I usually do, which the trick that I usually do makes it much easier, to where you're not going to die most of the time unless you miss the long jump. But you have to do your spacing differently. What controller did I buy? I bought a GameSir. I'm not using it right now, though, because I was having trouble doing basic things, and I would like to try to get a good run. Yeah, the controller's really good, actually. It's just that I'm not used to it yet. Is it the clear one with RGB? No, I hate RGB. I think RGB is a waste of money. It's just a white one. Seriously, the whole reason why RGB is so prevalent in this day and age for PCs is just so they could justify adding more money. That's really what RGB is just to justify you spending more money on it. But the thing is that you can't just order without it. Yeah, it's basically predatory marketing to justify upping the cost. And a lot of gamers are like, "Oh boy, we got the RGB lights. They look cool because I like to look like I'm a police officer." Not really, but seriously though, like, I don't understand the whole fucking ideal with RGB lights, and especially because I'm somebody that tends to sleep with my PC on. I don't want any color. I don't want any lights. I sleep with my PC on, and I have a translucent side panel, so I get light in my room when I sleep, and it's kind of annoying. I'm fine with just a black fucking PC. I don't really care for... Because the PC's not there to look good. The PC's there to serve me. The PC is there for me watching stupid videos, making stupid videos, making some cool videos, and speedrunning. And gaming. If it fulfills that purpose, it does not need anything else. I'll fucking hide it. I don't care about the aesthetic appeal. That's literally what a lot of stuff is. Get a sleeper PC build with an Office Dell case. First of all, who the fuck has the money to buy a 4090? Okay, here we go. I am not playing on emulator, I am playing on console. It just looks different because it's upscaled and it is also on the OG Xbox. A 4080? I would still stick with the 30 series because the 40 series is like $1,000 or some shit. It's like you're not getting as much out of your money as you would with the 30 series. Yes, this is indeed world record attempts. I'm running up against my PB, which is also world record, yes. Grab the nut. For the 50 series, I wouldn't wait for it. The 50 series is gonna be like $1,500. Like, the thing is that the cost of the current GPUs are not worth it. Nothing in this universe makes a graphics card worth $1,500 or whatever, or $900. Yeah, cheaper is probably still gonna be in the realm of $700. When I actually got my 30, I think mine's a 3060 Ti. I got it for like $300, and I'm getting way more performance out of my money than somebody who buys a 40 series. If the 50 series comes out and it's like $500, but it provides a better performance, then that would be good. But anything above 500 would probably just be an insult to the market. I feel very strongly about this, because it's like... You don't even know what a 5080 is going to be capable of. You don't know what kind of issues it's going to have. You don't know any of that. So what if you buy it for like $800? Let's say you buy it for $800. And it dies in a week because it had like a very glaring issue, and Nvidia's like, well, we don't have the money to replace it, sorry. But you could get this 40 series, we'll give you that for free. This is the third raid I have gotten today, holy shit. Thanks for the good luck. Hopefully you don't get too many ads. Thanks for the raid as well. Let's see if the new strat's gonna work this time. Damn. I've been a streamer for a long time. Oh, wow. So that's the first time I've gotten the new strat. I still have a lot to do. How was your stream, by the way? The 2080 will serve you for what you need to do. Good, but Crash 2 sucks, understandable. What's your PB, by the way? But yeah. So when you stream and do speedrunning for a while, mind you, I have been streaming since 2012. 117, is it sub me? I think my PB is a 117.05. But yeah, when you've been doing streaming and speedrunning for a long time, you can read chat pretty easily while doing runs. Yeah, I know, right? Just like not remembering the seconds, just the minutes. The only reason why I know it's like a low 117, my PB is a low 117, is because I checked it recently since I thought Vanny beat mine. But I was thinking it was my old Twins Hundo PB, which was a 118. My Crash 2 Hundo PB is a 117. I only know that because I checked it, like, last week. That's the only reason I know. The only reason I know that it's a 117.05 is because I checked it last week. Before last week, I thought it was a 118. A lot of people have been beating me recently, too, which is kind of nice. Like, I mean, my run's very old. Like, I think I got it in, like, 2014 or 2015 or something. It's a really old run. Even as calibrated analog, it's, I think, the first run with... You can't read chat at all. You get used to it eventually. The trick is basically to know, like, if you know when there's time to, like, look away, you could just... Through intuition, you are capable of figuring out, through intuition, you are capable of figuring out what time you can, like, read chat and what time you can't read chat. It also helps a lot for when you're doing grinds, because grinds get boring. So if you can, like, read chat really well, you don't get bored as easily. It also helps with your, it helps a lot with your tilt levels, too. Because if all you're doing is just focusing on the game, you're just gonna get tilted. Crash 2 is very difficult, but you could do it during slide since you let go anyways. Twins is very difficult because you have to calculate your spacing and all that stuff. And it's really hard to do that unless you could do it intuitively. I've gotten it down to the point where I don't need to care as much. Okay, let's see. Damn it. I am going to be, I'm gonna fail this a lot. But also because of that, I'm going to take more runs, because it saves almost 2 seconds. And it is consistent, it's just really hard. And I want to break it in so that way it's nowhere near as bad. I have practiced that part a lot, but at the same time, it's different. Because, I could practice it as much as I want. Like, sure, if I could do it, like, 10 times in a row, maybe it would help. But, it's very different when you're in a run. Because when you're on a run, especially, like, say I am ahead during that time, it doesn't matter how many times I practiced it. If I haven't done it in a run, then it's not gonna mean that much. So the idea is, yes, I'm going to lose more runs initially, but at the same time, I need to feel what it's like to do it in a run. Because if I don't feel it, then I am not going to be able to, like, understand how to deal with the pressure. By the way, this is insanely fast. For no reason. Holy shit. I don't think I'm gonna go for it this time. This is just fast for, like, no fucking reason. Look at that. Yeah. See, at this pace, I would be way too nervous to pull it off, even if I were able to do it like 30 times in a row. Because, I mean, I never did it in a run. Ooh, that was close. I almost fucked that up really bad. That was pretty slow, but it's okay. Not bad. No! It's the fucking... The fact that the audio keeps getting delayed, I can't... I can't orient anything. Nervousness is pain. Yeah, in speedrunning. Would being drunk help? Probably not. When you require your motor functions, probably not. I wouldn't know though, I don't drink. Yeah, being drunk, you might be bolder, but that's not necessarily gonna help you. Currently storming. Don't know where I lost half a second, but probably at least be ahead of PB. Nah, not ahead of PB. I don't know if he's the proof. He hasn't subbed 11 yet. Come back when you're sub 11. Wild plastered. There you go. Huh? Okay. Oh, she did respond to me. Good. Weird. I was too far to the left when I did it. I could tell you I do not like Instagram. Instagram sucks. But it's pretty much the only way to keep in touch with my Japanese friends. Because they won't respond online. Won't take that. In cans for communication, understandable. That's how you work in a fourth world country. You must use the wire to do all your gossip. Eventually... Eventually, I will master the new strat, and the new strat will basically be not that hard to pull off. I'll be saving 1.5 seconds, and it will make it so much easier for me to sub 1030. But if Giga Nut gets mastered, then... If Giga Nut gets mastered, then sub 1030 will be free. Because basically, let's put it like this. I lose so much time in my Antagony, but with the fact that I would have about 3.5 seconds of time saved, plus another 1.5 in Antagony alone. That's 5 seconds. That is the amount of time that I lost. That's the amount of time that I lost from Mecha Glitch. So, essentially that means that my PB only has a 1 second advantage. Thanks for the good luck, James. Plus, I had, like, lots of mistakes in my PB, too, so, like, or in Antagony, specifically, I had lots of mistakes in Antagony. My PB also messes up Hub 2 a decent amount, so, like, if I actually get, so let's say I get the new strat perfectly, right? Basically, how much time I would save is gonna be somewhere in the realm of, like, almost 3 seconds. Just on that split alone. Okay. I could theoretically be 5 seconds ahead of my PB entering Antagony. Actually, more. No, 5 seconds, yeah. I also think 121s are possible with Giga Nut. I think with Giga Nut, I would get, like, consistent high 122s with the possibility of high 121s. There's not that much time to save, but there's a little bit. But also, I don't have to take Hub 1 as seriously. That's really nice. I don't have to take Hub 1 very seriously. In order to, Yeah, I just don't have to take it very seriously. Grab the nut, you bitch. Hub 1 cries. No, Hub 1 can go suck a dick. Hub 1's the worst part of the run. There's so many things that are out of your control. Like that jump and body slam, failing it is pretty much out of your control almost. That body slam, if you get unlucky, you will fail. And then the villagers, all that stuff is out of your control, basically. You can influence it, but only to a small degree. Have I ever done Giga Nut? No, it's Giga, brother. Body slam is pretty unreliable at times, but yeah, because of the way the physics work. Yeah, like Giga Chad. I have gotten on a run with Giga Nut. Only one or two. I've gotten it as a backup. This was slow. Oof. Come on. That should be fine. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's see. Ah, I fucked it up. Oh no, if I'm +3, there's no parage. This is copium. It is entirely copium. As in, the only way I would PB if I am more than 2 seconds behind is if I get ball glitch. The only way I could PB. And not fuck up antagony. Yeah, if I keep the run, doesn't always mean that it's salvageable. If I keep the run, it means I want to continue. It's pretty much over if I'm more than a second and a half slower entering Hub 4, and if I am... Well, yeah, even a second and a half entering Antagony. If I'm a second and a half behind entering Antagony, the run's basically dead. At least without getting ball glitch. Getting ball glitch, I can be up to 5 seconds behind, but at that point, actually 6 seconds, almost, in PB, but too much has to go correctly. If I got my best run plus ball glitch, would that hypothetical run be beatable? All runs are beatable. Now, would someone want to try? Probably not. Yeah, if people want, it would... Like, it would just matter. At this point, Twinsanity has been open wider than the map of Russia. I wouldn't say that. We have not discovered Ace. Whoa! Whoa! Simmer down! This isn't 2000! Oh, Mama's so fast she played fool with the planets. We can't do arbitrary code execution in Twids yet. Unfortunately. If there were a way to actually do arbitrary code execution, this game absolutely would be. Like, broken wide the fuck open. I mean, Cursed Warp does use coding knowledge to basically, like, work, but... Okay, this is decently fast. Cursed Warp? Cursed Warp essentially, messes with the game... messes with the, game's, where the game wants to spawn crash, basically. Essentially, what you have to hit a specific checkpoint, and then hit another specific checkpoint while being outside of the chunk. And then the game has no fucking idea. I don't know if this person meant, Ace or Cursed Warp. Plus 1.5? Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't remember all of the time loss that I had, but I can gain it back. Yeah, arbitrary code execution, pretty much what Dia said. You essentially write code or programming stuff inside of a game and then execute it. You could do a lot of stuff with it, depending on how powerful it is. Like, for example, in Super Mario World, you can actually build Super Mario Brothers, you can build Centipede, you could do just about anything in that game as long as it doesn't have memory limitations. Okay, let's see. Oh, come on. That was dumb. Really, dude? Yeah, they've made Flappy Bird in Mario World. Get up there, you bitch. Get up there, you bitch. This is doubly difficult just because of the camera. Probably not possible. Understandable. Most likely what would happen is, Ace would pretty much allow us to die and then trigger the credits. That would be the only thing I could see happening with Ace. Because linking two chunks together, it would just be nightmare fuel. Checkpoint or twin fight? No. You'd have to change the whole chunk and make sure the chunk is in memory. The best way to do it would be to trigger the credits through dying, because I'm pretty sure you could just do that. You know this? How is this running? How does it work running on the original console? What do you mean? How am I showing the game? So I have an upscaler, and that makes the image look pretty, and then that goes into a capture card, which the capture card has a breakaway that goes both to my monitor and also to the capture card itself. So essentially it has an in and an out. What you are seeing is what the capture card is displaying. My display is different because it has different bitrate, it has different everything. It will always be clearer to see something that's not being recorded. No, you cannot capture my mom. Ow, my neck. Is it a hardware upscaler? No. The upscaler is just a machine that takes the graphics and just uploads it just upscales the resolution using like machine algorithms and shit. Okay. It also mine is taking the analog signal and converting it into a digital signal as well, so it doesn't look as so it doesn't have input delay, because usually when you just directly plug an analog signal into something that usually receives a digital signal, it has to convert that signal into a digital signal in order to be displayed. Which is why when you plug in your old games into your new 4K TVs, they do not play very well. I mean, sure, they look okay on a 4K TV. I mean, like, 360p can't look that bad, but you will notice that when you press a button, it takes time for that button to actually appear in game. This didn't happen on older displays because older displays used analog components instead of digital. Oh yes. Everything should work on emulator. It's just that one ledge that I land on will not work on PS2 emulator because it doesn't work on PS2 properly, because of the way collision is calculated. It's faster to run on OG Xbox than it is to play on emulator. HDMI converters also usually have some levels of input delay, but the Xbox emulator sucks. An HDMI converter doesn't necessarily make it, doesn't necessarily eliminate all of the input delay you will receive. It depends on what it actually entails. So for example, it will say, oh, seamless gameplay. They don't actually mean that, and they don't, because a lot of the times when people, a lot of the times when people make these kinds of products, they are marketing towards people who will not notice these differences. Because the fact of the matter is that the casual gamer is not going to notice these things. It's basically impossible to figure this out. In the emulated version? No, that's not an emulation bug. You just aren't doing it right. You need to hold the button down. A lot of people struggle with that. Probably what's happening is that when you played it in your childhood, you didn't have any input delay, so you could just press it and you would get it. Or you misremember that it was difficult to get. And what most people don't know is you can hold down the B button and the A button, or the X button and circle button, to make that work. You don't, as long as you're not holding any directions and you're holding those two buttons, and you start holding them whenever the hook turns green, you will get it every time. That is a very, very long I'm just gonna call you Abdon. Damn, I'm getting algorithm, let's go. See, the whole thing about the hook button is that it is just a spread misconception because people are going back and playing the game with everything. Yeah, it's misinformation. All of it is misinformation. All you have to do is just hold the buttons. I have played Twins on OG Xbox, I played it on 360, I've played it on PS2. I have not finished it on PS3. I played it on PS2 emulator. The issue is that a lot of people are spreading misinformation, which is caused by the fact that they have input delay, so when they press the thing and they don't understand what they're doing, they say it doesn't work. And it's no fault of them. The game does not explicitly state that you are supposed to hold the buttons. It just says you're supposed to press them. It doesn't work right if you don't hold them. The game doesn't explicitly say it, but the feature is actually to just hold the button. If you hold both of the buttons, it will work every time. Damn it. Yeah, this is basically, this is not working. I remember watching a video on it specifically, and the person said, oh yeah, but there's this emulation thing, and it's like, well, as a speedrunner of this game, who's done speedruns of this game for many years, only like 7 or 8 years. knowing a lot of people that have ran the game, we know that that's a bunch of malarkey. But it's all because the game does not explicitly state that you're supposed to hold the buttons. You're supposed to hold the buttons. That's actually where the issue lies. And I'm pretty sure the problem is that nowadays people are playing stuff with input delay. Whereas before people were playing on like CRTs and all this other stuff. La ruta... ¿Cuál ruta? El nuevo Escape. ¿Es que lo te referiste? Ahora, del speedrun, no hay cambios. Oh, sí, 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 ya entiendo. No. No lo hice. Fue un proyecto de la cooperación de la comunidad. It could be a bad monitor too, or just the issues with the wireless controller. It could be like a bunch of different things. It's hard to say. Yeah. Sí, pero el más importante fue Bandycraft. Y obviamente le conoces. Yeah, you probably saw that video too. Yeah, basically what would happen, since the guy made the video on Xbox 360, since the guy made the, he was playing the game on Xbox 360 and said maybe if I played on OG Xbox it would be different, it would be the same. It would be the exact same. Yeah, that's why boycotts don't work, because too many people buy into it. Yeah, so like, initially, the way the Xbox One was doing, which would be completely online, modern consoles are like that. Hablando de Bandy Crash, sí lo conocía del Crash, pero me refe. No hace videos, gameplays, como tal, sí. I am a fan of the soundtrack, yeah. Ah, o sea, es que generalmente, ¿cómo se hace? Ruta de speedrunning, generalmente. Oh, people like it. It's just that people don't know about it. People don't like the game because it was a popular. Almost everybody likes it. Yeah, basically, okay, so there is a subset of people that don't like the soundtrack. Yes, I have. I think it looks fine. You heard some haters. A lot of the haters, I believe, also have problems with hearing mouth sounds. There are people that have those issues. ¿Lo había hecho Joster? No, 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 no. No hizo nada, Joster. Yeah, I believe that's the issue with a lot of people. But also, people tend to hear this through, not through the game itself. Like, a lot of people would hear this through TikTok, and somebody even came into my class, came into my thing yesterday, and yesterday, they said, like, is this the song that, destroys brain cells? And I'm like, no. Because some of the songs on this soundtrack are being used in TikToks. The silliness, yes, it does suit Crash incredibly well. That's why the songs are so memorable. That's why the soundtrack is so good. But people who haven't played the game would probably think, oh, it's just a normal... It's not that great. It doesn't do anything amazing. Because, I mean, let's be... being honest, I do love this game's soundtrack, but the soundtrack isn't, you know, super amazing. It doesn't do anything... It doesn't really do much. But, because of the association with Crash Twinsanity, this game's soundtrack is very good. It is really good with what it's supposed to do. It's not the same as, like, Halo soundtracks. In the Hispanic community, the meme for a long time, to the point... Oh, so it's from this game? Ain't no way. I actually sometimes get copyright strikes from, people using Insanity Island as a fucking, like, thing to remix in their songs. Worm Chase is the infamous Stormtrooper song. I don't know about that. See, I didn't know that this game's soundtrack was famous in, Hispanic communities, but I can see that considering, memes from Latino America. Relajado. Damn it. I mean, it's just the, what is it, the Flight of the Bee? It's just a remix of the Flight of the Bee. Which is a very old song. Orchestrated. An song from the orchestra. That's the chase theme. Oh! That song. Okay, yeah. I have not played Budokai 3. I have the first one. This runs very, very slow. Yeah, I'm getting 125s now. Because I'm not paying as much attention. I'm not trying as hard, basically. Because I'm trying to get runs out. Tenth Dimension. I actually don't like Rock Slide Rumble as much as other people do. I prefer the Uka fight. And the Amberly fight. And okay, come on. Oh, come on. Why did you fucking do that? High Seas is really good, yeah. Well, no, I don't... Rusty Walrus Chase, I meant. High Seas is okay. Tenth Dimension Lab is really good, yeah. And the 10th Dimension in Twinsanity Island. No, no casi. Era horrible. No, no pudo. No pude. I really like that. I really like that song, the Unused Boiler Room. Wasn't supposed to get that. I actually like the, I actually like boilers. Worm Chase was originally planned for a cut space level. Sounds about right. River Rollerball is pretty nice. This is very slow. What is my goal? I'm trying to get sub 130. You don't stop it. There's a lot of people that go for, a lot of people that kind of stop only really cared about record. I kind of care more about trying to push the game. I don't really care if I have the fastest or not. That is way too much Polish. Please do not use any languages other than English, Spanish, or Japanese in my chat. Thank you. Tiki Turbo. Of the carburetor? Interesante. How many of these tricks did I discover? I discovered the ledge jump. The method of warp skip that we use. The new trick in Hub 2, and also the setup for skipping the world checkpoint. I didn't discover these tricks on there, oh no. Oh, de Tag Team Racing. No recuerdo literalmente nada de este juego. No recuerdo una mierda. Why? Por alguna razón que no sé, pero no sé nada. With the English version, please, if I can ask you to refrain from doing that, thank you. If you have stuff to comment on, that would be appreciated, but just posting song lyrics I do not appreciate. I don't know, for some reason I didn't really like CTTR. Por alguna razón no me gustan las canciones de CTTR. No sé por qué, pero por alguna razón no me gustaron. That is fine, but please stay topical with the chat. Thank you. I cannot moderate Polish. I do not have interest in the language either. If you have interesting facts, you can feel free to share, but posting lyrics is not allowed. That is strike 2. If you do it again, I'm going to ban you. Even if you post the English lyrics. I apologize, but it disrupts conversations, and also I cannot moderate Polish. Okay, you're getting banned.
I'm gonna get ya. Come here.
Sleep, my insipid angel. Crash! Crash!
Rip Coco, true. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna make this very, very clear. Oh yeah, the composition for that cutscene is awesome. I am going to make this very, very, very... Gracias por la suerte. Buenas. I will make this... I want to make this very clear. This is the 4th raid! Holy shit! Estoy bien, ¿y tú? If a streamer asks you to stop, you should probably stop. My favorite cutscene is actually the final one. Yeah. Thank you for the raid. Hopefully your stream went well. I don't know what you were running. Good luck, gonna eat a massive pizza. Hold up, what toppings? Que te vaya bien loca. Jugando casual Ratchet. Porque ¿qué vas a poner en la pizza? Ya tengo ganas de comer pizza. Joder. Orégano, tomate. Joder. Qué rico. Ya tengo ganas de comer una pizza como esa. Joder. Bueno, aprovecha. You just ate pizza not long ago. Why is everybody eating pizza? Oh, con la familia. Y a ti también. Que te vaya bien. Dude, that pizza sounds good. Tomatoes with oregano. And ham and sausage. Sounds great. Was originally intended for a roller brawl section with a native. I believe so. But I'm not sure. I'm guessing we're going to get something like some kind of drop for the 20th anniversary of Twins, which is very soon. I think, isn't it next month? I think we're going to get, I've just had this feeling that we're going to get some, like, some kinds of, like, info drop or shit. Love what I'm doing. Appreciate it. Riccardo. I can't, I'm sorry, I do not speak Italian. Riccardo. You put everything on pizza? Not... I betcha it's not like... I betcha it's not like Japan. Oh, fuck, Japan is bad with that. In Japan, they put everything on pizza, dude. Like, I'm not even kidding. Putting fucking corn on pizza. To be fair, it was corn and shrimp. It was really good. What's my most preferred cut part of Twins? I don't know. Actually, it might even be the hoverboard section. I never thought about it. Sushi pizza? Yeah, they have that too. Japan fucking puts eel on pizza and some shit. I betcha we are going to get something for the 20th anniversary though. Probably a prototype drop. French fries on pizza? Okay, that is weird. Well, to be fair, Americans put ranch dressing on pizza. Yeah, I actually tried the corn and shrimp pizza when I was in Japan, because some of the students, which were the volunteers for our program, were like, I mean, the one girl who went to, the one girl who studied abroad in the US is a very loud person, very odd for a Japanese person. She literally said, I want to eat pizza. She just screamed it, basically. So, like, the guy who was sitting next to her was, like, looking through her phone, checking Domino's, and I was, you know, passively looking at it, and I'm like, wait, what? Shrimp on pizza? What the fuck? And he's like, you want to try it? And I'm like, sure. So I tried it. Yeah, we're not getting a remaster. Doubt it. But I would recommend looking out for, either Kesha, which, I mean, something like that. If Kesha or any of the Twins deconstructing people would have found a prototype, I would know about it. But I will say this, and this is 100% truthful, I don't know if they have. Basically, I'm sure somebody is going to drop something. I know that there's people out there that really like Twinsanity and have most likely been looking at prototypes for the game and may have been waiting until the 20th anniversary to drop it. I mean, to be fair, so this is a little like video game development thing that a lot of people don't know about, and I'm not sure if it's relevant today, but back in those days, people basically had an NDA where they can't talk about things until 20 years after the game's been released. So, probably, if there's anything, we are going to know much more about the game's development after the 20th anniversary. Who knows? Who knows what we're going to see? We don't know. But I'm going to guess that we're going to get something like a prototype. I would check Hidden Palace, hiddenpalace.org frequently, and especially their streams, and their Twitter page. Because they announce when they have big shit. I'm, like, big into, not lost media, but I'm big into video game development history. And there's always people that find shit that you would consider lost media holy grail. Yeah, I wouldn't say anything, but John Burton was on one of them, I believe. No, it was, John Burton did show a prototype that, obviously he can't share with us, because if he were to share with us, he would get sued by Activision. Because Activision's always looking for that shit. An archaeologist's paradise? Potentially. Yeah, in case anybody doesn't know, like, the thing is that is not proprietary. It's not property of Traveler's Tales. It's property of Activision. Any prototypes that he has, if he distributes them, or at least publicly distributes them, and he gets caught, he could get sued up the ass, basically, because it is considered distribution of intellectual property, which is illegal, and Activision's gonna be like, ooh, new source of income, and they will sue him into oblivion. I like how Bungie and Microsoft are doing old Halo content, where, like, they're actually allowing it to not only be in the public eye, but also adding a lot of the stuff into Master Chief Collection as mods. And I mean, Nervy Destroyer, I mean, he's a friend of mine in the Halo speedrunning community. He just recently released a port of the beta of Halo Combat Evolved onto Master Chief Collection. Halo is very, very interesting for cut content. Halo cut content is, like, also a big holy grail of just game development stuff. Mario 64 would also be the same, but I mean, the problem is that, like, it's a lot dicier getting stuff from a Japanese company. Okay, this could either go really, really well or really horribly. Let's see which one it is. Yeah, I heard about that. It's Activision. What do you expect? To be fair, Nintendo does the same shit, and nobody cares that much. Like, remember the fan projects of Nintendo IPs. Like, for example, AM2R, or, like, basically anything that resembles a remake of, and sometimes even ROM hack stuff of Nintendo's intellectual property. Like, they tend to get DMCA'd and they get, hit by the Nintendo ninjas. And Nintendo does the same thing. They're not that much different from Activision. But the difference is that Nintendo is protecting their IP. Activision is not protecting their IP, they're doing it because they want money. Either way, it's still very scummy to do. Like, if you look at what Sega does with their stuff, I mean, you have Sage, which is, I mean, first of all, that's how Freedom Planet became a thing. Which is the, Sage is the, basically, a bunch of people who do ROM hacking and stuff. Sonic, it's 95% Sonic based or whatever. Basically people that go in and, you know, do their coding skills and ROM hacks and stuff, and they show off all their stuff. Or game demos or whatever, which is what Freedom Planet was it was a ROM hack that used the Christian Whitehead engine. Which is why a lot of Freedom Planet glitches. The first game actually had a lot of glitches that were present in the Christian Whitehead engine physics, which would be when you clip, you go upwards instead of sideways, which was reminiscent of the original 2D Sonic games. For example, one of my friends, Axel Thunder, has been making he has been rebuilding the Mega Man Star Force engine from the ground up, which that will be featured at Sage. And Sega doesn't do much as long as these people aren't really making money off of it. If they make money off of it, Sega's coming after their asses, but a lot of times doing this stuff gets people excited, and it makes people trust you. Like, it's huge to have a community that trusts you in that way. It's like, and I understand that, I understand that protecting IP is very important, but what is more important is to have people that trust that you're going to make a good product and trust that you're going to do stuff in favor of the community over anything else. Sonic Team kind of went in the opposite direction, where they basically went too hard into it and listened to the community too much and backpedaled on a lot of their shit and basically made some half-assed games. But then, like, you have, for example, one of Sega's biggest IPs, which is Yakuza, or Ryuga Gotoku. And that, in particular, outside of the fact that, the recent Yakuza game has, and New Game Plus as DLC, which is bullshit, they have created a trust. Sega has usually had some level of trust in their communities, despite their connections to the Yakuza. You know, that's a different story, but Activision has not made good shit in years. Yes, this is true. To be fair, Activision doesn't really make their own shit. And just like EA, Activision kind of ruins whatever they touch. EA is worse, but, I mean, that's not saying much. Bethesda's actually gotten just about as bad as Activision. Like, I mean, you shouldn't trust these fucking companies anymore, man. Like, I mean, let's say for instance, right, and we're talking Crash here, NST was a lazy product. Sure, it was fun, but it was very late. Can I play 100%? I am currently running any percent. I will run 100% when I run 100%. If you would like... Buena Jesús, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué hice? If you would like to see my 100% run, you can go to speedrun.com/Twinsanity. I am at the top of the leaderboards, or you can find my run in my videos. I have several 100% runs that I have completed. ¿Qué tal, Jesús? ¿Qué hay en tu vida? But as of right now, I am working on any percent. I will go back to 100%, but I am working on any percent right now. Well, see, the thing about the Insane Trilogy is that they didn't... The reason why they call it the Dark Souls of platformers is because Crash 1 was not made with all of the hitboxes and everything in mind. And then the playtesters kind of decided, which I don't really understand why they decided it this way, is they said, okay, I'm having trouble with this level, because there's no way that most playtesters are not, like, extremely fucking good at video games. They're just like, good enough to be able to... Thanks, sir. They're just good enough to be able to play the game right. So, it's like, they probably played some of the levels and said, these levels are really hard, but we must suck really bad at video games. And probably it is a skill issue, instead of adjusting things just a little bit. So, a lot of the times in Crash 1, you tend to slip off of platforms and things in Crash 1. But a lot of times in the original game, you didn't slip off of them, you just missed the platform. Those are two very different concepts. And I don't believe that they made the collision correct, at least for Crash 1. Crash 2 and Crash 3, I mean, the only thing I can say is I prefer the originals. I don't think that they're badly made, but I think the first game was very sloppily made. And then when they had the live stream and I asked them about, like, certain bugs, they were like, all bugs are intentional. But the bug I was asking about was, with the new DLC, sometimes in Crash 1, you can't get the actual percentage, and it prevents you from getting the achievement. And that was a bug that was not intentional, and they didn't have anything to say about that. And that's basically like, well, kind of lazy for that, and I don't like that. I think that was probably... I think that because of that, I don't think the game got the love it deserved. And then, like, Crash Nitro Fueled is kind of the same thing, where instead of using the game's mechanics to do some of the skips, they use triggers, which kind of takes the fun out of the game, because especially like Sewer Speedway's shortcut was incredibly difficult to perform. I don't know if it's the same now, I don't know if they patched it, but if they let the mechanics do the work for you instead of triggers, the game probably would have been a lot better, I think. And it would have had more shortcuts. But I mean, of course it would have more shortcuts. But then you have to work for it most of the time. And then it wouldn't have as many issues. There's... At least with Crash Bandicoot, there's been a pretty big disregard of fan bases. And then Crash 4 was nostalgia bait. I'm not saying Crash 4 was a bad game. I still have yet to play it, but it was just odd to me that people, especially people that love Crash Bandicoot, praised the game for a month or two. Maybe it was a little longer than that. But then afterwards, did you hear anything about Crash 4? You heard nothing. The game was basically like, it had like a month or two of fame, and then it was gone. That's not a good sign, I don't think. The Spyro trilogy for the first game, the first game was treated very well. But the other games were outsourced because they didn't have enough time. And so 2 and 3 suffered a lot, very greatly from it. Lots of problems. I don't think that these old IPs are being treated very well. I think they're being treated more as cash grabs. Halo, it's kind of the same thing, where they went back on innovation. And they really tried to, nostalgia bait with Infinite. Infinite fucking flopped really bad. I mean, what do you expect from a game that gets a day 1 patch after a year of being out? Data video games don't like it. It's too much greed. And basically what I'm kind of hinting at, which like it sounds like it's not fully connected, but in a way kind of is like all of these practices are not very pro-consumer or pro-community. A lot of these things are anti-consumer. But the ones that are not being anti-consumer are kind of like, you know, they have been doing well. For example, and I love giving this example because I actually really love this game. Lethal Company. Say what you will about Lethal Company. That motherfucking furry, Zeekers, he did shit right. Imagine, dude became a multi-millionaire overnight over a stupid ass video game that was basically you playing, it's basically Scooby-Doo in video game form. That's such a fucking accurate description. Like, if you watch Lethal Company clips with Scooby-Doo music, you're gonna be like, dude, it's like I'm watching fucking Scooby-Doo, man. Like Zoink Scoob! Maybe we shouldn't have had a Scooby snack. Yeah, basically, like, the whole rant is just, I don't like the state of video games, but basically, going back, it's all about money. Pues, por nada, fue una voz de Shaggy, de Scooby-Doo. ¿Lo conoces? Yeah, Lethal Company had more players than COD. Right now, not so much, but goofy, yeah. True. I'm still following Lethal Company. I mean, I really like high quota stuff. I watch Bread. I mean, he's kind of a dickhead, but he does provide good content for what it's worth. I mean, he's like, what, 21? So, like, of course he still has a little bit of the toxicity in him. When he gets upset, it's pretty normal. But, Lethal Company is a pretty good time. It's pretty fun to watch. I haven't played it since I got back, since before I left for Japan. I had a lot of good time. Many good time on it. Jeez, I'm just not... I just can't do them nut fast today. Aw, motherfucker. Though, to be fair, I think that, games like Lethal Company are shaking up the market a little bit. Because people are kind of tired of AAA games. Especially after that one fucking Assassin's Creed game that was allegedly the first quadruple A game and it sucked ass. Fucking Boobisoft. I will now never call them anything but Boobisoft. Just like I call Microsoft Micrococks. I have really bad audio delay right now. Laggy. Thank you, Ubi. Fucking Boobisoft. Lost a second. Yeah, I heard Concord wasn't doing good. I don't know about the game itself, but I know it's not doing well in the market. There was one game that came out, I think it was... I don't remember what it was, but it came out and it had like less than 100 players, which is worse than most indie games, actually. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work. I need to fix the audio again. The state of video games is so weird, man. Didn't even break 1K at launch. Holy fuck. 700? That's... Wow. Cansando. Así es. No, 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 no. ¿Pero sí que hay lag? ¿Hay lag o qué? El Pepe. Exacto. El Pepe. Calling a flop as being incredibly generous. Understandable, dude. AAA games shouldn't be like this. The game has been essentially assassinated, yeah. At this point, who the fuck knows if it's bad or not? Todo perfecto, vale. Finally, I'm out of hub 1. Ni modo. I've dropped a total of 28 frames. Well, stream's over. I dropped 28 frames. Stop streaming. This is a joke. Huh? Slow. Come on. Fuck off, dude. Come on. Just fucking land on the thing. Booby saw. Who the hell be sending messages in my Discord? By the way, I have a Discord. I haven't eaten today. I might go eat. Hoy no he desayunado. O sea, no comí nada. Tengo hambre. Probably the reason why I have poor performance right now. This is better. I'm gonna miss this though. Yeah, I'm so off, yep. Dude. I definitely don't want to stream too much because the way that I'm sitting has been stretching my hamstrings pretty well. The way that I'm sitting has been bad on my hamstrings. So my thighs have been like, my thighs were kind of fucked on Friday, which I guess is yesterday. So I'll probably stream for another 30 minutes. I don't want to hurt myself because of the amount of walking I have to do during the week. So very nice. ¿Qué tal? Vaya putísima mierda. Coge la nuez, hijo de puta. Con el niño. I'll do up until 8350. Okay. I'm gonna use the new controller. Voy a usar el nuevo mando. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué es eso? Ah. That's why you practice. A lot. Or you sit down and you figure out why you're making those mistakes and you fix them. Wow, this is slow. The funny orange man, true. Fuck. No, but that makes sense. Oh, come on, dude. It is indeed the funny orange man. I don't know, I like this controller, but I still have some, it still has its issues. Probably after like 100, yo, Fabio. It's going. Jump. Dude, really? Dude, really? Dude, really? Dominic. Also, for those of you who are on YouTube, well, I mean, it's pretty obvious I am dual casting. Which is my main platform for streaming. I'm actually using a Twitch IRC client. Old one, but I'm still using it. Come on, dude. I'm just stuck in hub 1. Don't know what to do. Kevin? Kevin! You know what? Let's extend this to 8475, but I'm going to play on the PAL version. It changes things up a little bit. Ugh. I am still streaming. I've only been streaming for 3 hours. You can grab the nut. Any good paces? None. I had like one run that had good. What's the difference between Xbox, PAL? It's only collision calculation differences. So the beginning is easier, nut skip is easier, but the ledges they do not calculate as often. And also the dead zones are slightly different between them. The dead zones is actually the reason why I switched in the first place. Because since they are slightly different, it might be easier for me to use this new controller with the PAL dead zones. It doesn't really make much of a difference between, it doesn't make much of a difference between, versions for any percent. It is possible to get the same effects on emulator for PS2, but you have to change the setting. The only reason it's different is due to collision calculations and floating point rounding. If you know, if you don't, it's all like, it's all computer shit. I can explain it if anybody's curious, but, it's kinda nerdy. I lost half a second. I mean, the quickest thing to say is that floating points are the ranges, basically numbers between 0 and 1. There's also doubles. I don't know what those are for. Does that have to do with floating point precision? No, that's a different thing. Floating point precision is caused by just the way that they do the math, since it's basically using an arrangement of bit values to do division in order to get numbers between whole numbers. So basically, like any number between 0 and 1 and whatnot. It has precision and imprecision due to that, and the larger the number is, the less precise the floating point becomes. But in reality, a lot of games round these numbers so that way they don't have to deal with like super hyper precise bullshit. Mario 64 uses shorts. This game just uses calculation, and Xbox and PS2, or at least the versions, calculate floats differently or round them differently. So you would have floats, but then you would basically have the systems doing calculations, and what this means is that the game will basically like choose what floating points you would land on during what frame. And while it doesn't make a difference in casual gameplay, on specific ledges, which, I mean, we should really call them phantom ledges, because you're not supposed to be able to land on them. Basically, as long as you land on specific floating points, you will land on them. But, due to differences in the way that they are calculated, certain ledges, not all ledges, certain ledges basically have, certain ledges have differences. Certain ledges are placed at specific floating points where the PS2 will almost never allow Crash to fall onto at any given point, or at except at very specific points. This is what causes Xbox ledges, because on Xbox, the rounding calculation is different. It's not that the Xbox has better collision calculation, but rather it just checks what floating point Crash will be at any given frame. So, in these phantom ledges, which some of them are Xbox ledges, you could still land on them on PS2. It's just that due to the different rounding, it's either more difficult to land on or nearly impossible to land on. And this only affects some ledges. And actually, there is a possibility that the reverse is true, that it is harder to land on some on Xbox than PS2. So it's not like the Xbox is better. There's a misconception that the Xbox, that you could land on all ledges easier on Xbox. Not true. None of that is true. It is just that the collision calculation between the two consoles is different. But yeah, it's all just due to floating point rounding methods. Okay, this is the first time I've had a good run in a while. The text is a lie, I am using the new controller. Yeah, it should be that there are some ledges that are PS2 ledges. In the unfinished Twins tutorial that I have been making, and I might work on a little bit more tomorrow, I'm calling those phantom ledges now. Because, like, it just makes more sense that they would be called phantom ledges. They're not real ledges. They're just on... They're basically just calculated as ledges for one frame if you land on... If you just land on specific floating points at... on the right frames. Theoretically, it should be easier to land on some on 60 Hz than 50 Hz as well, and vice versa. For the same reasons. But, this is hard to prove. Because nobody checks these things. And there's no point in checking them because it's, well, not many people run on 60 Hz, and those who... Yeah, those that run on 60 Hz are pretty much never top level runners. Most people that run on 60 Hz are beginner level runners. So there's no real reason to do so because everybody that wants to get a good time always naturally switches to playing on 50 Hz. ¿Qué significa eso? Very small difference. I would assume there is one. Like, I mean, there is a potential fully consistent. Doesn't 60 Hz is slightly faster? No. I've done test checks and testing. They really aren't the same. I believe 60 Hz has shorter slides. And the shorter slides actually mean you go slower as a result, which pretty much makes out to be about the same. between 60 hertz and 50 hertz. It's just you have more control over your movement in 50. You have higher jumps and faster falls in 60 hertz. Slide jumps are about the same, or if they aren't about the same, there's very little difference, where most of the difference is going to be made up with better movement control. And I've seen some people like Mick Hooper try to spread the misinformation that certain things are not as bad on 60 hertz as everybody says. No, actually, they are bad. They do make a huge difference, but when you're used to 60 hertz, you will do the same, like, you will do the movement tech to prevent slide glitch from occurring. When I went and played on 60 hertz the other day on PS2, and I got just about the exact same results as I do on OG Xbox on 60 hertz. You will never get good movement on 60 hertz. It's just never gonna happen. It's not possible. You can get okay movement. Maybe you can reach almost Joe's movement level. But you would never reach absolute top level on 60 hertz. You wouldn't get my level of movement. Yes, exactly. You wouldn't get my level of movement, you wouldn't get Smartkin's level of movement, you wouldn't get Yere's level of movement, and you would not get Pool's level of movement on 60 hertz. It just is not physically possible. And everybody that would want to prove that wrong can feel free to try. I would like you to try and prove me wrong, because if you can prove me wrong, then that would be great. Buenas, ¿qué tal? Supposedly, Rijiku was capable of that on 60 hertz. I don't believe that. I quite honestly do not believe it, because there's not enough video evidence to support that this individual was capable of the times gotten. There was no evidence for Antagony 100% being 810. There was barely any evidence for the fastest Hub 1. Barely any evidence for the fastest Jungle Bungle. No streaming. It just does not make sense that this person who had the chance to prove themselves by like recording and all this stuff never did it. It's very suspicious. Todo bien, por lo menos. ¿Y tú qué hay? ¿Cansado? Yo también. La semana pasada era... the hardest game? I don't understand. I don't understand what you're trying to ask me. No. Pintar la casa, joder. Qué difícil. Descansa. Descansa bien. But yes, I say this basically trying to say, if there's anybody that gets angry at me making these accusations and wants to prove me wrong, please do so. Try with all your might. Prove me wrong. But until then, this is just basically what things are. I mean, to be fair, several years ago, we thought that Xbox, the only thing Xbox had to offer really was faster loading times, and nobody good was playing on Xbox for a long time. Pretty much everybody that wanted to be good moved to PS2. I was included in that. I was on PAL PS2 for a while. But I think in like 2021 or 2022, I got an OG Xbox, and I'd been practicing for a while. Trying to get good on Xbox, and it took a while to adjust and have the right controller and all this other stuff. Made me nervous because of its difficulty. I don't know. I don't play particularly hard games. Maybe Devil May Cry 4 on Devil Must Die, or Dante Must Die. Or Hell in Hell. I don't play particularly hard games. I do particularly hard speedruns, but not... I knew that wasn't going to fucking make it. But not games.
I'm not a fan
of playing brutally hard games. I like playing games that have difficulty. Like the ability to choose difficulty, and I like playing those on the harder difficulties. No, I have no interest in the Souls games. Okay. I have played Crash of the Titans, and that game is boring. I did not like it. Yeah, thing about me is I will give you unfiltered opinions if you ask for them. You snapped the disc in half, what a legend. Bro was like, hashtag not my Bandicoot, wait a second, how do I write? I'm 4. grab the nut, Crash. Holy shit. What? Not what I wanted to do. That's what I want to do. Decided to snap it in half. Oh. When I was young, our Spiral 1 disc couldn't go into Haunted Towers, but for some reason I had like this one random fucking memory of me doing first person mode, looking up at the ramp in Haunted Towers. Don't know why. Our Rayman disc was also very scratched. My original TWAC disc for Xbox was fucked up because I had it in a disc sleeve that was somehow underneath my chair leg, and I sat on the chair and it broke part of the layer of the disc. It didn't actually break the disc, it broke part of the layer of the disc. It caused like a huge impact on the surface. Or underneath the surface, actually, not the surface itself. Her name is Crash? What? Oh, come on, man. Console couldn't read the loading zone. Was Jack 2 a blue disc? Or did you have a lot of blue discs growing up? Because blue discs actually fuck up the laser. Over time, they fuck up the laser. I think it was clear. You only have one blue disc. Yeah, probably what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna... No, blue discs didn't mean CDs. There were some black that were, CDs. Because they were non-blue discs of TWAC, and there are no there are no non-dot bins. Everything for TWAC is dot bin. So probably after these attempts, I'm going to just go onto my Discord, and I'll just stream Twins or something. I want to get used to the controller. Like, do casual hundo or something. Which you could do, you could join my Discord for the low, low price of pressing !Discord. Not that you will get much out of my Discord. Except me talking and rambling about shit, or, seeing Dia and one of my best friends going into fucking image fights. And then Alf just kind of like, posting gifs to that one fucking dude from that one game that I don't know. Was he from Shenmue? Was that Shenmue? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It ain't happening today, boys. Let's see if there's somebody that I would want to raid. Appreciate everybody that followed or subscribed or whatever, blah blah blah. You know, all that good stuff. Her name? You mean it's? Kobalski? Yeah, we raiding Kobalski. Hold up. Unfortunately, I don't have it anywhere for the YouTube people to go. But if you would like, we are going to raid a guy called Kobalski. He is currently playing Rayman 3. Bye bye.